Thank you very much. My friends, I am humbled and honored to stand before you tonight to introduce and recognize Secretary of Labor Marty Walsh as he receives the Inspired Leadership Award from the Edward M. Kennedy Institute for the Senate. Before I begin, there are a few people I'd like to recognize. First and foremost, the recipient of tonight's Lifetime Achievement Award, the single best friend of working men and women ever to serve as President of the United States. Let's give it up again for a good friend, a great friend, and an incredible leader, and the most pro-union, pro-labor, pro-worker president in the nation's history, President Joe Biden. I also want to congratulate Admiral Franchetti and thank her for her 40 years of dedicated service to our country. Thank you very much. I also want to recognize my dear friend, Ambassador Vicki Kennedy, for all that she does for this phenomenal institution and so many other great organizations and good causes. We all know that she's absolutely the best. I also want to, I know we have a room full of labor leaders in this room, amongst others, but we have a lot of labor leaders in this room tonight. And Mr. President, we haven't had one fight yet, so that's a good thing. But I would be remiss if I didn't recognize all of you and your dedication and commitment to the cause, the purpose, and the mission of organized labor. And I also want to call out my strong, proud, and united brothers and LiUNA brothers and sisters for being here. Michael Sabatoni, our General Secretary Treasurer, and Dan Bianco, Vice President, and our regional manager here in this region. So, finally, I want to commend the Kennedy Institute for all that it does to engage visitors in the work of the Senate, educate them about democracy, and promote civil discourse and bipartisan solutions to our nation's challenges. This remarkable institute will keep the goodness and greatness of Senator Kennedy's life, legacy, and spirit alive for generations to come. Now let me tell you about my LiUNA brother and the best Secretary of Labor in our country's history, Marty Walsh. His nomination by President Biden and subsequent confirmation was a victory just not for trade unions, but for all workers and for our entire country. I've known Marty and his family most of my life. From the moment that I met him, it was crystal clear that he is a man of principle, character, honesty, and integrity. He's a laborer's labor who grew up in a union family, a laborer's family with a mother and father he loved and respected, who taught him what brotherhood, loyalty, and courage are all about. Marty is a kick-ass trade unionist and one of the greatest labor leaders in our movement today, brothers and sisters. He never forgets where he came from. He never forgets the value of hard work and those that do it. And he never ever forgets that hardworking, blue-collar men and women are the most valuable asset of our unions, our country, and the world. Marty has brought his union values, his LiUNA values, his infectious spirit, can-do attitude to every position he has ever held. For laborers and the trade union movement, it was a proud moment to see somebody who grew up like us, lived like us, and thinks like us become the first Secretary of Labor to come out of our union and the first to come out of the labor movement in more than 40 years. As Secretary of Labor, Marty and President Biden accomplished more for working men and people in this country than any other administration did in 2 terms. Marty literally rewrote the rules of the game, making it easier for working men and women to get ahead and stay ahead. At every step of the way, from the moment he took office, Marty focused the department not only on protecting working men and women on and off the job, but on safeguarding and expanding the right to organize, enforcing labor laws, and helping unions to grow. Marty knew that the Department of Labor's true mission and purpose is to police employers on behalf of labor, not to police labor on behalf of employers. And as a strong advocate and supporter of labor management cooperation, he knew that both unions and employers do best when they work together as equal partners. Marty is a smart, strategic, tough and tenacious champion of fairness and justice for all. At a time when some clowns in Washington, D.C. embrace selfishness and greed as markers of success, Marty remains dedicated to the principles that true success comes from collective advancement, not individual achievement. Marty is a warrior and a peacemaker, a coalition builder, and a staunch believer that everyone has the right to respect, dignity, and equality. A genuine and real patriot who holds our beloved country to its highest ideals. He truly is a man of the people. So now, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to present this award to the real deal, a one-of-a-kind leader who doesn't back up, and he sure as hell doesn't back down, and he knows there is no retreat, and there sure as hell's no surrender when it comes to fighting for the rights of those that we proudly represent as trade union leaders. So let's welcome our brother, our friend, the one and only Secretary of Labor, Marty Walsh.
You guys got it?